It has been such gorgeous weather this week that I've been trying to take advantage of it and get out as much as I can, and it's really hard at the moment. We've got so much to do inside that to try tear yourself away, although you want to, you know you need to get on with things inside. So anyway, it's this constant battle between inside and outside. But I have had some time outside clearing up around the manor, and I made a few really interesting discoveries which I thought I would show you. But make sure you watch to the end of today's video, because I have a sneak peek of our summer market updates. We've got some really exciting news about the summer market, so I'm going to share that with you a bit later. But first, let me go and show you what I discovered around the back of the manor. Right beside our old chicken coop and under this beautiful old tree, I found this really lovely surprise. All by itself, I found this gorgeous little violet, and it's got beautiful little flowers on it, and it's sitting all by itself in an area that last year we had big heavy machinery here. We actually leveled this whole area and it survived that, and it's completely surrounded by weeds and overgrowth, but just right in the middle there's this little treasure. So I'm actually going to replant it. I'm going to move it into an area of the garden where we can enjoy it, and to ensure that it survives. This area by the old chicken coop will all be cleared, but right now it's pretty overgrown. But again, I found these lovely daisies hidden amongst all the overgrowth, and again I'm going to replant them because they're just so pretty, and they remind me of an English country garden, which is exactly what I'm trying to create here at the manor. So anything like this that I can replant and use again, or ensure that it's going to live, because obviously, like I say, this area is all going to be cleared, I'm going to replant. So another one of my little discoveries this week. I also found these purple flowers. Now, I'm not very good with my flowers, so you probably know better than me. Maybe if you know what these are, you can let me know. But these purple flowers are on the bank behind the manor. And again, they're kind of overgrown. You can't really see them. So I'm going to get those moved somewhere that we can enjoy them. They're a beautiful color. And oh look, I've just discovered that we have another violet down here, which is really cool. I hadn't even noticed that one before. So there's a few weeds there, but again, I'm going to move that violet and get it into a place where we can enjoy it, rather than it sitting here where no one sees it. So we finished removing all the plaster in both of these rooms that will become the pub in the last week, and they're now ready for drywall. But one of the reasons why we actually took all the plaster off, because some of it was actually in pretty good shape, was for insulation. As you can see behind me, we had no insulation in these walls at all, and so by taking off the plaster, we're able to insulate it and put the drywall back on, which will really help keep us a little warmer in the winter. So this week we're prepping for drywall, so that's our kind of next big project in here. But one of the things we've been working on this week is the main feature for the pub, and obviously the main feature for any pub is the bar, right? So we wanted to create or build a bar that was really as authentic as we could to the manor. And so we had this idea that maybe we could use some of the old doors, because we've got a lot of old doors in this house, and we discovered there were some in the basement, there were lots in the attic when we arrived. So there's doors everywhere, and they're all slightly, well, some of them are the same. We've got some different styles, but one of the styles, when I was wandering through the manor the other day and I was walking past one, I was like, hang on a moment, that might make a really good bar. So we have been discussing the different ideas, but one of the things I think we're going to do is we're actually going to cut the doors. Now that sounds terrible, but we're going to cut the doors basically in half and then use the panels as the front of our bar, and that will give the bar that really nice authentic feel because all the materials will have come from the manor. This is one of the doors that we've collected, and you can see these lovely panels. So what we're planning on doing is we're actually going to cut these and then have these as our panels, so we'll put them next to each other in a line along the bar. So it will give us this nice paneled look, and it will have this really nice kind of old wood colouring to it, which I think will make it look really, really authentic. And I love the idea that we're actually using and reusing and recycling materials that were in the manor, or we found in the manor, and using them again for something that we can use on an everyday basis. So I've just been searching around the manor to see whether we have enough of those panelled doors, and this is up in the attic, and this is where we store all our extra doors that we've collected or found at the manor. And I've been through and we have enough to make the full bar with the panels, which is great news. As you probably know, up in our library, we have a very, very large wall that we wanted to put some kind of picture on. And we discussed all the different options, and we wanted something that felt very Victorian, very kind of authentic to the age of the manor. And so we found this site where you could get canvas, essentially canvas replicas of old pictures. And so we decided that we would have a 4 foot by 6 foot canvas created of an old picture. And we've actually had this for a while. I may have included it in one of my videos a while back when we got it, but I thought today that I would give you a little sneak peek of what it looks like, because the wall is almost ready for it to go up. And what we are doing is we're actually going to be putting it onto some hardboard. So this week we went and bought some 4x6, 4x8, I think they're 4x8, we'll cut them down, hard pieces of hardboard. And this will then be put onto the hardboard, and then we're going to frame it. So I've just got this out. This is actually the first time that I've actually unrolled it, and it's really quite cool because it's been printed onto a fabric or a material that feels like canvas. It looks like canvas. It looks like one of the old paintings, and the painting we decided to go, it's a bit tricky. The painting we decided to go for is of a family at the beach. So it's a Victorian time period. So what I love is that they are all dressed in their beautiful dresses, sitting on a deck chair on the beach, enjoying the sunshine and a cup of tea in a teacup. I mean, you would never find someone doing that today, would you? But this is the image. Let me roll it out, and then I'm gonna, so I can show you, that will be on our library wall. And I'm just thrilled with it because I love the idea that it looks like a real painting. And obviously it's a replica, but I think it's just perfect for the library. This is the really extra big frame that we have for our picture for the library. And it's actually something that we picked up at an auction in Vernon back in BC. And I remember that there was a guy sitting next to Stephen when he was bidding, and I think we got it for something like $5 or $10. Something, or it was a crazy number. And he turned to Stephen, he's like, "That's a good deal." And I always remember that, it made me laugh. But we brought it with us from BC, and it's been sitting in the manor since, and it's the perfect size for putting on the library wall. And it's really nice. It's got some nice kind of gold detail. And so I think it's the picture is just gonna look fantastic in it. You can't have a summer market without bunting, especially a vintage village fair summer market. So this week I went to the fabric store to look for fabric for my bunting, and these were the 4 fabrics I found. I found this lovely little floral. I found a red or pinkish red stripe. I found a green which has got it's got a little dot pattern in it, and then this really pretty pink rose small flower print. And originally I was looking for 2 sets because I always love to do my bunting with 2 different fabrics so they alternate. Originally I paired my pink flowers with my green and my smaller flowers with my multicolored flowers with my stripe. But when I got them home, I was like, maybe the green works well with the multicolored, maybe the stripe goes well with the pink flower. I think the bottom line is either way will work. So my plan is I'm actually going to cut out my pieces and then I might make a bit of both actually, to be honest. I think I've got 12 meters worth of fabric there. And I've made bunting before. You can see here I have some, like this is what I mean by the alternating. I did this several years ago and this was my first attempt at bunting. You'll see it's only one-sided and basically all I did was I hot glued this piece of twine over the top. Very, very simple. It's worked really, really well. In fact, I've done several. I've got a little box of them here. I've got my floral. I've also done ones where you do a spot and then a green check and then a blue, which is kind of nice too. And I even did a Dr. Seuss one now. This was for a very, very special little boy, my best friend's little boy. I did for his bedroom. When he was really young, we did Dr. Seuss, so we did the Dr. Seuss fabric and then the red spot. But I'm moving on and I'm moving upwards and I'm trying a new technique for my bunting. So I'm gonna put that over there. I'm actually gonna do it double-sided. And I found a YouTube video, as I always do, as you know, so I actually do 2 pieces of material and I sew them together. And then I sew them. Hendrix, do you need something, honey? Hendrix needs something, bless him. So I'm going to sew the 2 pieces together and then I'm going to sew it onto a piece of ribbon or string. Not string, it's actually going to be a tape that it gets sewn onto too. So that will then, this bunting will all be then strung over the tents or around the tents at the market. I want there to be lots of bunting. Everywhere I want bunting. So the first step I've done is I've actually cut myself a template because I found, obviously, it's the easiest way. So I've cut myself a template on a piece of cardboard. And so now I'm actually going to start cutting out all my pieces and then I can start sewing them together. So I've drawn my template onto my first material and I've done them back to front, if that's the right way, so I've got 2 as I go along. And I'm just cutting them out and you can see here they're coming out beautifully. I'm really pleased. I think these are going to look really, really cute as bunting. I just have an awful lot of cutting and drawing here, or templates to draw around. But while I'm actually cutting these out, I thought I'd give you a quick sneak peek of where we've got to with our summer market. Now, if you haven't got your tickets yet, get them now because they're really starting to go and we would love to see you at the market. But the first thing is we have now completely filled all our vendors. So we have 18 vendors in total, which is amazing. And the group of vendors we have are just phenomenal. We have so much variety. We worked hard to make sure that there's a good balance of different types of products. So we have everything from vintage inspired collections, we have homewares, we have candles, we have jewelry, we have farm products, we have accessories and things to put in your house. We've got bath and body products. We've got lots of summer treats, so we've got waffles. We've also partnered with Sussex Ice Cream, which I'm really excited about. If you've had Sussex Ice Cream before, they're local here and so delicious. All made in Sussex, which is about an hour from us here. And I'm trying to decide which flavors to have at the market, and yeah, it's really hard because there's so many good ones. So we're excited to be able to be serving Sussex ice cream. We also have our family mini sessions with Tia Fenley. Now, we are creating a really special set for her and putting a rope swing into our oak tree. So she will have that exclusively for her to take amazing photos. Families, couples, your dog, anyone you want to bring, you can come and have a family mini session with Tia. So you book those before the market. You just go online, you'll see all the information at her site, and you can book a 30-minute mini session with her. We also have a photo booth that is available for everyone to use. That is an Alpaca photo booth. And we're so excited. We've got amazing adventures, and we've got Pearl the Alpaca coming to the market so you can have your photo taken with Pearl. And I have to say, pretty excited about that. If you know me, I love alpacas. So I'm so excited I get to have a picture with Pearl. So we have that wonderful, I don't know, there's just something, it's probably not very English or traditionally vintage English fare that you'd find in England with an alpaca. Maybe these days. I think when I was younger, you didn't see many alpacas at the fair. But hey, we like to be quirky here at the Manor, so alpacas it is. So we have that amazing opportunity. We also have some really fun fair games. So if you've heard of a coconut shy, some people haven't here. If you're from England, you will know that, what a coconut shy is. Basically, so we have coconuts on some poles or posts, and you have wooden balls, and you have to see how many you can knock off. Just a fun, traditional, vintage fair game. And we also have the Wellington boot toss, which people keep asking me, what is that? And well, it's pretty simple. You get a rubber boot or a Wellington boot, whichever way you want to call it, and you toss it. Person who tosses it the furthest wins. So just some really fun games. We also have a cake competition that's going to be released. All the information about that is being released soon. If you would like to make a cake and enter it into our competitions, we're going to have some very cool judges. I'm not telling you who they are yet. We will have the information on that very, very soon as well. So it's going to be a really, really fun weekend. Amazing vendors. You'll have a chance to wander through all the booths. We'll have them inside the Manor and outside. So we're going to have both inside and outside. You'll be able to stop for an ice cream on the lawn, or enjoy a nice, treat, or spend time taking photos. But really, I think the biggest thing is to spend time with people you love, because it's been the last year, or it's been longer than a year now. We've spent so much time in isolation that to have an opportunity to get together as a community and to really spend quality time with people, I think is so, so important. So we're just really excited to be able to give people an opportunity to come and have a really fun, beautiful day with people. So grab your girlfriends, grab your friends, grab your family, bring them along. We'd love to see you, because I think it's going to be a really great weekend. And I'm going to get back to cutting out bunting. I'm going to be here a while. So while I carry on with this, I will see you next week on our next episode of the Lady Smith Manor Diaries.